Walt Disney World is bringing back after-hours events in 2025. Maui proves it's ready to reopen for tourists. United Airlines flight attendants call for a strike. This land is calling Saudi Arabia. What are the cruise line categories? I'll explain. An Mpox update for you, and no water in the Grand Canyon? Stay tuned to get the details on these stories and more, bringing you the top travel headlines from around the world now. But first, BTTravel News, I'm Kathleen, and this is your World Travel Information Channel, giving you the information to help you make informed decisions so your adventures are the safest and best they can be. We also share insights into new and innovative ways to travel around the world. Now, on to the first headline. Magic Kingdom Park, Disney's Hollywood Studios, and EPCOT will all be offering after-hours events starting in 2025. Limited to a select number of guests, this separate ticketed event will allow guests to enter the parks as early as 7 p.m. Unlimited late-night snacks include ice cream novelties, popcorn, and select beverages, all included in the cost of the event ticket. Guests staying at select Disney Resort hotels can purchase tickets starting on September the 4th of this year. All other guests can purchase their tickets starting on September the 10th of this year. Tickets will go from $155 all the way up to $185, depending on the park you are going to. Annual pass holders and Disney Vacation Club members will receive a discounted rate for these tickets. Headline 2, the Royal Lahaina Resort and Bungalows is reopened for business. One of Maui's first resorts and a historically celebrated retreat for royalty, lives on 27 acres of lush oceanfront landscape, celebrating not only its reopening, but debuting 2 new food and beverage venues, Lahaina Noon, an oceanfront restaurant offering breakfast, lunch, happy hour, and dinner. Lahaina Noon's first service will be on Tuesday, September the 3rd, 2024. Pineapple Moon, the other venue, is a casual poolside bar and offers tropical beverages and bites to satisfy everyone. The resort's 127 private bungalows, nestled amid tropical gardens, have been meticulously elevated and updated. The Alana Spa is set to debut a new oceanfront wellness oasis, including 6 private suites and an enhanced treatment menu featuring all the standards, plus LED facials, CBD salt soaks, and a refreshment bar. Updates and enhancements have taken place throughout the entire property. As part of their reopening, the Royal is offering some great incentives right now. Try something new. Again, the Royal is certainly a resort worth supporting as we start traveling to Maui again. Headline 3, announced yesterday, a strike authorization by the Association of Flight Attendants, CWA, or AFA, was almost unanimously determined. Quote, "We are the face of United Airlines, and planes don't take off without us. As Labor Day travel begins, United management is reminded what's at stake if we don't get this done," unquoted, stated Ken Diaz, president of the United chapter of AFA. This is the first time since 2005 bankruptcy negotiations that flight attendants at a major airline voted on strike authorization. United Airlines flight attendants are seeking a double-digit base pay increase, pay for time at work on the ground, retroactive pay to the amenable date, schedule flexibility, and work rule improvements, as well as job security, retirement, and more. However, please understand that the flight attendants cannot walk off the job until they are granted permission by the NMB, which is the National Mediation Board. If you're worried, reach out to United Airlines. Headline 4. A few weeks ago, I had mentioned Saudi Arabia as an up-and-coming destination. It seems I was right. Saudi Arabia has just launched a new international campaign. Quote, "This land is calling," unquote. introduced across the UK, France, Italy, Germany, and the United States. I have included the link below if you are interested in this fascinating campaign video. Think futuristic Star Wars type solo female. Traveler smashes with the past of Saudi Arabia while staying in the present. It's pretty powerful. Touting centuries worth of UNESCO sites to popular music festivals, from the ocean to the desert to the lush forests, Saudi Arabia is hoping to welcome 150 million tourists by 2030. Saudia, the official Saudi Arabia air carrier, has partnered with MasterCard for a third season of onboard entertainment, which features, quote, Her Voice, unquote, which is a podcast series that promotes women's professional growth and innovation in Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia will become an item on your bucket list. It's just a matter of time. I caution you. Make this adventure happen sooner rather than later. Like the video says, quote, I was the first, but I won't be the last, unquote. My recommendation, be one of the first. Okay, headline 5. Today, the World Health Organization, or WHO, has asked manufacturers of Mpox in vitro diagnostics, or IVDs, to submit an expression of interest for emergency use listing, or EUL. With as many as 1,000 suspected cases reported in the Democratic Republic of the Congo only this week, the demand for diagnostic tests is on the rise. Through EUL procedure, WHO can approve medical products such as vaccines, tests, and treatments for use, evaluating the acceptability of using specific products for a limited time. Procurement is in emergency situations. Travel to the Democratic Republic of Congo is still listed as level 2 by the CDC, which is practiced enhanced precautions. Headline 6. The main pipeline providing water to the Grand Canyon National Park has failed after a series of other breaks. This has led to an immediate shutdown of overnight hotel stays during one of the busiest times of the year for the famous tourist destination. These hotels include El Tovar, Bright Angel Lodge, Maswick Lodge, and Phantom Ranch. Water restrictions will run throughout the Labor Day holiday weekend when hotels are near or at capacity. It is an unprecedented outcome, even for a pipeline with a long history of frequent failures. Since July the 8th, the park has faced challenges with its water supply, and no water is currently being pumped to either the canyon's south or north rims, officials said. The 12.5-mile-long Transcanyon Waterline was originally built in the 1960s and supplies potable water for facilities on the South Rim and Inner Canyon. Park officials say it has exceeded its expected lifespan. Please understand that hotels located outside the park in the town of Tucson, Arizona, will not be impacted, and the park will remain open during the day. Work is desperately underway to try to get things back up and running as quickly as possible. This is an example of one of the many reasons to always get travel insurance for your trips. If you have planned a visit to this area, at the very least, take your own drinking water. Please call or go online to the official website. I have put that link below for updated information. Headline 7. I have had a lot of questions lately regarding the classes or categories of cruise ships. So I would like to give you a general overview in hopes to help you deciding what lines are the best for you. Although some of the cruise lines are coming up with their own named classes of ships, in the travel advisor world, this is how we classify them: mass market, premium, entry luxury, ultra luxury, adventure expedition, and river classifications of ship. Now, there are subclasses within these categories, and I think I should give you a definition of each of these categories. I'm going to list which lines are generally thought of within each of these categories. Mass markets. are the megas, which include Royal Caribbean, Carnival Cruise Line, Norwegian Cruise Line, MSC. Now, the definition of mass market ships, or the mega ships, are mega to large ships, thought to be the cheapest, but that is not always the case. The crew to guest ratio is 1 crew to 3 or more guests. These lines have the broadest demographics and are considered the party boats of the ocean. These types of ships will have the greatest entertainment and activity offerings on the ocean. They will be the lines you will have to package your trip, meaning nothing is included in the price except your room and basic board. Not even all entertainment is included. Some of these cruise lines offer programs which include gratuity, specialty dining. Some have excursion credits. Onboard credits are sometimes included during specialty offers, and you can buy beverage packages, but those are all a la carte. Itineraries usually are to the Caribbean, Mexico, and Mediterranean areas of the world. Now let's talk about premium lines. Premium is considered Princess Cruise Line, Holland America, Celebrity, Cunard, Disney, and Virgin Voyages. Premium ships run mid-sized to large ships with slightly more subdued atmosphere and a refined style, including upscale fare and more inclusive offerings. Still, they have activities for most ages with onboard entertainment, which is also typically more sophisticated, featuring guest lecturers, cooking demonstrations, and live music. The staff to guest ratio is 1 staff to 2 guests. Itineraries include those listed previously, but with some more exotic itineraries in place. Now, river cruising. It's a bit of an in-between, which means between premium lines and entry luxe, depending on the supplier of river cruise you choose. And those suppliers are Viking, Alma Waterways, Uniworld, Avalon, American Cruise Lines, Emerald, Scenic. These are all generally smaller ships. They offer port-intensive itineraries and food-centric itineraries. The atmosphere is subdued and upscale, and nightly entertainment is usually local live musical performances. And entry luxury level ships. This would be Azamara, Cunard, Oceania, Viking ocean liners, Windstar cruises. And they are usually smaller to mid-sized ships with an even higher level of cuisine, service, amenities, and personal attention. They are designed for discerning travelers who value a more luxurious and inclusive cruising experience, but who may not be ready to commit to the price point of the ultra luxury lines. They often feature gourmet, destination-focused cuisine and all-inclusive fares. Itineraries are usually a bit longer, with port-intensive and even overnight stays. The staff to guest ratio is around 1 staff to 2 guests. Now let's talk ultra luxury. Ultra Crystal, Explora Journey, Regent Seven Seas, Ritz-Carlton Yacht Collection, Seabourn, and Silver Seas. Ultra luxe for the most discerning passengers who expect the highest level of luxury and service. Staff to guest ratio is usually 1 to 1. Typically, these are the smaller to mid-size ships and private style yachts. Accommodations are often suite only, with high-end amenities and personal butler service. Dining is of the highest caliber, often designed by celebrity chef, and includes complimentary fine wines and spirits, all-inclusive amenities such as shore excursions, gratuities, and even airfare in the cruise fare. Itineraries are often unique and exotic, with a focus on immersive, destination-focused experiences. And last but certainly not least is the adventure or expedition style of cruising. This would be Lindblad Expeditions, Atlas Ocean Voyages, Scenic, Quark Expeditions, Hurtigruten or HX, Ponant, Swan Hellenic, and Aqua Expeditions. Now, your adventure and expedition style of cruising is going to be high-end, usually all-inclusive experiences. Some suppliers stay in only one region of the world, specializing in and gaining local permissions for things you would not otherwise experience. These kinds of expedition cruise lines are going to have helicopters and submarines right on board. The staff to guest ratio is 1 staff to 1 guest, or sometimes 2 to 1 guest. These usually have world-renowned experts on board to guide your tours and offer specialized classes for the part of the world you are in. Focus on historical, cultural, and culinary immersive experiences. As always, any supplier that I have mentioned in this newscast is purely for your informational purposes only. I am not endorsed by or paid by any supplier. My goal is only to give you the best in what is new or out of the way in the world travel options. Well, that's it this time. Thank you for joining us. Make sure you subscribe, give us a thumbs up, turn on that notification bell to stay in the loop of what's happening in the world of travel. Ta-ta for now. Wishing you safe travels and great adventures ahead.